All right, everybody, welcome back to another video here on Financial Friends. Thank you very much for clicking on this video. We are going to dive into Facebook, Meta, the metaverse, Horizon World, and Mark Zuckerberg. If you're interested in this type of content, hit that like button down below, hit subscribe. Financial Friends is a community of people who love business, finance, and investing. We talk all things related to that here on this channel. So if you're tuning in and you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button. You might as well, and make sure to leave a comment at any point during this video on everything that we talk about. So let's go ahead and get into things. This is going to be a one-take video. I'm going to dive through some articles, some examples, and really just discuss what in the world is going on with Facebook, with Meta, Mark Zuckerberg, and the metaverse. So we're going to start at the beginning of the story. First things first, Facebook. We all knew what Facebook was. We all liked Facebook. I'm sure we all used Facebook at some point, and they decided to make a transition. The company changed their name and shifted their focus along with it to build the, quote, next generation of social interaction and technology, that being virtual reality. The company was formerly Oculus. They were owned by Facebook. Facebook, of course, transitioned that company into Meta. The Meta Quest now is what those type of products are called, and Meta is the overarching name of the business. You can see here when Facebook changed their ticker symbol. Back on July 9th, 2022, stock fell 6.43%, and since that point, if we go ahead and click here, we can drag out to the current time frame and see the stock is actually down 32%. So, to put it simply, the company has not performed well. You can see the year to date is negative 60.65%. And taking a look at comparing it to companies that are similar in the hardware department, that being Apple, the software kind of marketing, advertising side of things, that being Google, you can see the 5-year performance comparisons not looking good for Meta. Meta down 23%, Apple nearly doubled, almost tripled, and Alphabet up nearly 100%. Take a look at the all-time chart and things get even worse. You have Meta up only 248%, and I know that's a big number, but not as big as 3,576% or a whopping 119,783%. So, the picture I'm painting here is Facebook has just not been as successful of a company as these other businesses has. And I guess I shouldn't be calling it Facebook, I should be calling it Meta. And diving into this Wall Street Journal article, they touch on somewhere in this article here that since its peak, right here, Meta shares down more than 60%. Since its peak in 2021, the company has lost $700 billion in market value. So the point I'm stressing here is things have not been going well for Meta. At that same time, the same time frame, Mark Zuckerberg has fell from within the top 10 richest people here ranked by Forbes at $134.5 billion, now down at the time of me writing my notes here to 24, and let's see where he currently sits, still there at 24 with $48.3 billion worth of net worth. And again, I know that sounds like a large number, but the image I'm trying to paint here is you have a company that compared to its counterparts is just not performing quite as well. Mark Zuckerberg being this amazing tech wizard coming out of Harvard, creating Facebook, social platform expert, and now his net worth has decreased from $134 billion to $48 billion. So we'll call it overcut in half for easy math. His company has lost 32% since the day he wanted to make a transition with it from Facebook to Meta. It hasn't performed. It's lost $700 billion worth of worth, and that has to weigh on your psyche a little bit. And Mark Zuckerberg came out recently, and he said this. He missed a shift in social networking. Again, what was the purpose of this transition from Facebook to Meta? To alter the way that technology and social networking is done through virtual reality, and he even claims he missed it. So while all of this is going on, and then current time frame, Mark Zuckerberg admits he missed the shift. He tried to join that shift late. And this is where we have TikTok essentially being copied by Instagram, the feed of Instagram turning into this ability to discover content versus sourcing content from your friends. And that's what Mr. Zuckerberg here is admitting to. He missed the transition from friends, from a friend-dominant platform to a discoverability-dominant platform. If you think of your For You page on TikTok or the recommended page on YouTube, that is discoverability. You are able to find content from people you're not friends with or you haven't added to your platform. Versus your subscriptions tab here on YouTube, which if you've made it this far, hit subscribe. I hope you're appreciating this content. If you're seeing people on your subscription page, you have friended them or added them. And Facebook was a friend-dominated platform. Instagram, a friend-dominated platform. And they missed the shift. And instead of trying to reinvent the wheel or create something unique, they copied it and they got ridiculed for it for some of the largest people on the platform. And this brings me to here. Everything to this one particular spot, and that is the metaverse. Horizon World is a platform within the metaverse that Meta is trying to build. It is a place for you to go to places and discover people and have different experiences in a virtual setting. And of course, it takes a massive amount of investment to create this world and the hardware used to access this world. And it is not done well. Reality Labs full year 2021 lost over $10 billion for Facebook. And then we take the next 6 months, so the last 6 months, the first 6 months of 2022 from January till June, and we see it lost yet another $5.7 billion. So over $15 billion has been lost chasing a dream in which Meta stock has not shown anything of that dream. It's actually just continued to decrease, and even on the day they transitioned to this phase, lost 6%. And Mark Zuckerberg all the while has been punished for it directly by his net worth, the outcry from other celebrities. Things have not been going well. It continues to paint this exact picture, and I want to then bring this all the way to the actual metaverse. And before I put my personal opinion and personal stamp on this, I want to preface it with this. I don't think the metaverse will be successful. That is just my opinion. I think that trying to create a world in which people live virtually when our world is already as disconnected from actual reality as ever. We use tablets, we use monitors, we use screens, we use cell phones to connect, and we don't have as much personal interaction as we used to. And for that reason, trying to put people even further into that world doesn't seem like it is logical to me. I do think there is a legitimate application in education, in architecture, in the creative sort of studies, in entertainment, but I don't think that there is any value in creating a world in which someone is trying to tell you, hey, come here and live your life, work in the metaverse. I don't believe that that's going to happen, and I don't believe that this is going to catch on as quick as people think because of the fact that we're already so disconnected. Now, here we go. People probably feel the exact same way, and the reason why people feel the exact same way is this. Meta set a goal of reaching 500 monthly active users for Horizon Worlds, which is their Quest sort of virtual world. It has not hit that. And actually, they've decreased their goal from 500,000, basically in half, to 280,000, and they have less than 200,000 people on the platform. And you might think to yourself, well, they're trying to grow the platform. It's going to be a struggle. You're right. But the issue is here, this is not a new company. Meta has been advertising for this for the longest period of time now, and they have over 3.5 billion monthly active users spread across all of their apps, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. So you're telling me that a company with a reach of 3.5 billion people can muster up less than the population of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, which, if you're familiar with the United States, you know is a relatively desolate place, and obviously it's less than 200,000 people. This is a problem. This is a problem for Meta, not only moving into the future, but now. Because if you cannot convince people that something new and fresh and unique and worth checking out is here, and we want you to go to MetaQuest and buy a MetaQuest and discover Horizon World, then when are you going to be able to get people to do it? When it's old? I know that you have to mature the product, but the thing here is you have access to people. They're not doing what you want to do. You can see here 9% of worlds have ever been visited by 50 people. That means only 9% of the worlds that have been created by users who are heavy users because they want to create these worlds have only been visited by 50 people. People saying that an empty world is a sad world. And to go even further on this, less than 50%, oh, this is bad. I'm sorry, over 40%, 50%, I'm sorry, over 50% of headsets have never been used once purchased after 6 months. And I can personally attest to this. I have a headset sitting right over there. We bought it, we used it for a couple of months, it was a cool experience, and we never put the headset on again. This means that people are trying it out, and they're basically saying, we're gonna pass. We're not down with this. So, Meta has a problem. Meta has a big problem. Their stock is dropping, of course, with the whole market, but it's dropping even further than the market. The company is not performing well. The transition from Facebook to Meta didn't go well and isn't going well, and Mark Zuckerberg all the while is being beaten down even more. I'm sure, being a very smart individual, his psyche has to be a little bit damaged that people don't see his vision forward. So, let me know what you think about this down below in the comments. I wanted to put this video together. I saw this article on a Saturday morning, decided to dive into things more, and realized, wow, there is a real issue here and has been with Meta. Do I think that long run Meta will stay at these levels? I think it's trading at like 11 PE, price to earnings ratio. No. I don't think that's going to stay like this forever. They have Facebook, they have Instagram, they have WhatsApp, they have a massive platform of people they can leverage and continue to advertise. They're one of the most dominant advertising companies in the world, right next to Google. The problem is what they're trying to transition away from and transition into isn't quite the answer. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Hit subscribe if you like this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.